Konbanwa, it's Satoe here. Thank you for watching our video. So today this video is for 30 minutes self-care Reiki practice. I like to share my own self-care Reiki practice every day. So this is really helpful practice for me. For example, if you suffer some kind of insomnia, like you cannot sleep very well, or when you wake up you feel a little bit dizzy and too tiring and not recharge energy enough, or sometimes you find yourself not right, like maybe the body posture not correct, and so these kind of small matters every day, but you find that it's your physical condition is not like 100%. If you ever watch our self-healing practice video, like that was a 30 minutes video as well, that's also really helpful. Like you really apply all those 12 various part of the body, and you really can boost Reiki energy to every part of the body. So I also like it as well. But today actually I'm going to introduce one of the techniques. So if you are a Reiki practitioner, especially you learn here level 2, this technique is called Oshite. So if you know how to apply it, so you can just apply that you learned before. But if you never try Reiki, or you are new to Reiki, you are still fine and welcome to practice together. So just watch me and just try together. So hope you like it, and then maybe you can repeat again and again for your daily use. Okay, so today I sitting on the floor with some like a comfortable loose outfit. So I'm wearing a trouser, like a stretch pants. So I suggest you to wear something like a loose comfortable clothes as well, because I also going to apply some Reiki on the legs and the feet as well. So now we're going to start from practicing establish a Reiki link with Reiki. So we're going to do Kenyoku first. Kenyoku is like cleansing your body quickly, and raise up your hands. And you can close the eyes and imagine Reiki flow into your body. So Reiki energy is like a source of our life force, and this is really warm, comfortable, and well balanced. So this Reiki energy is nicely flowing down and touch our head and the hands. Imagine your body nicely fill up Reiki, and you're well connected to Reiki now. Maybe your hands getting warmer. Your side is brighter, even closing the eyes. If you couldn't have enough sensation of your hands or your body, don't worry too much. But you can also chant in the mind, I connect to Reiki. So now you can slowly put your hands down on your thigh. Okay, so if you make the condition like you well connected to Reiki, then now we move on to the practice. So today we're going to use the hands, but also use our fingers. Yeah. So first of all, we're going to do some Reiki on your face. Yeah. So I'm going to introduce some the points. So this is like a side of your nose. You can use the middle finger and the pointing finger to touch lightly. You don't really have to hard pressing. Yeah, you just lightly touch. And then you're going to touch like this way. So on the cheek, and then going to the side of your ear near the jaws. Yeah, and then when you touch it, like a lightly pressing, if you find some points comfortable, or maybe slightly painful because your muscle is too tight. Yeah, so sometimes you never touch like this way, you find that your muscle was so tight, right? And then you also notice maybe some parts are very soft, but some parts are not that soft enough, maybe too tight. Yeah, so you're going to decide when you want to press more. Yeah, for me, I like to press here. Then after, so you can just stop and wait, and just wait until the Reiki flows nicely to your spot. So some people suffering like a dry mouth, like not enough saliva in your mouth. So I think this is really good. The pressure point as well. Like going to do something around your jaws, ears, and bottom of your ears. So this part, yeah. But I suggest you to, after you touch it, so don't do it too quickly. So usually you can just wait about, you know, like 2 minutes, or if you really like it, maybe you can even like 5 or more minutes is also fine. But if you do too quick, then maybe you didn't have enough time to flow Reiki energy to the spot nicely. So just make sure that you wait, like you wait it and with your fingers touch your point enough. Yeah, so then sometimes you also even have some different sensation as well. Yeah, so for me, like I feel really sleepy, relaxed by touching here. I feel like really, you know, softer, and the jaw is too tiring maybe. And I also could feel some warmth is also coming from my hands. That's also reached to my like a side of the face and to the neck and throat. Is really comfortable. You can also try like under the ear. Yeah, here. This is also very good for producing more salivas, and then you may find it's really tight. Yeah. I think this pressure point is really helpful if you suffer some runny nose, or you have stuffy nose, or you have hay fever symptoms, you know, those problems around the nose, and also that's connected to the ears. So sometimes you have a problem around the ears, or for example some ear infections. But in case you have ear pain, don't place it too hard. Yeah, so you just touch it lightly is okay. And then sometimes maybe you just don't want to use fingers, you just place the hands and then wait it. It's really gentle, but you really could feel the Reiki is flowing from your hands. So then I think you don't really have to place it, but just do by your hands. Yeah, so you can just more freely to apply Reiki. Okay, so now let's touch your eyebrows. Yeah, so here you have eyebrows, and then also you don't really have to hard pressing, but you just lightly touch this pointing and middle fingers, lightly touch on your eyebrows, and then you can move like this way, and then that goes to the temple, like side of your head. Yeah, especially those they have like a tired exhaustion of your eyes, like you use too much eyes, or not enough sleep, or you feel like headache is also very helpful. Like you are touching lightly around the side of your head, and just wait. So when you start touching from here, and then if any part of the point that you really comfortable, you can just wait there and then boost more energy to the point. I think every people have a different pressure. You find it is really comfortable, or maybe you find it something different. Only the 1 or 2 spots, maybe that's heat. Like you really want to try more Reiki, boosting more Reiki energy to the one spot, then you can try there. If I do here now, like a side of my head, so what is your feeling? My feeling is like a little bit tingles, yeah, around my side of the head, and also reach to my hands. I think I need more Reiki, like a boosting more energy here, so I just wait. So now I'm going to introduce some of the points near the hair and the forehead. So this is really helpful if you have some, this is also for your eyes and also headache as well. So you can do the 5 fingers. It's going to touch your hair and the head. And then maybe you can stop whenever you want to place more. But you don't have to place too much. Yeah, you just slightly touch and then feel like more Reiki boosted to the point. Wow, this point is really hot for me. Like I really immediately I feel heat when I touch here. What is your feeling now? Do you feel comfortable? Yeah, if you don't feel that comfortable, you can change the position, you can change the posture. Maybe your hands and arms are too tiring because we're raising up too long. Then you can also put lower, or you can just totally rest it, your hands on your thigh. Yeah, so it's up to you. For me, I feel really heat and hot too much. So yeah. So let's do some on the back of the head. So this is like there's an acupressure point like near the hair and your neck. So this is like a border like your hair and the neck, and then you can place by several fingers. So you can touch here. And this is good, like you slightly go back your neck. Yeah, but if you don't like to use your fingers, you can also just touch it by your hands. So whole hands touch the neck. Okay, so now let's do your arms. So this is really my favorite acupressure. You will see the inside the elbow, there's a line. And then this is like a one pressure point, is the side of the inside and outside. So you can use the thumb, but you don't really have to press really hard for Reiki. Actually, Reiki is just applied gently, so you can just, but I think for me is I want to give some more pressure. So really pressing like this way is really helping your stiffness shoulder, and sometimes you are like a twisted neck and then very painful. Don't move your neck, but you can also try this pressure point gently, or if you like it, strongly as well. So when you place, you're going to place and exhale, like, and then inhale, and then one more time, inhale. Yeah, so you have a rhythm very slowly. Yeah, so by doing this way, actually your finger and the wrist is not really tiring, and then we can just press really correctly and nicely. Yeah, it's really painful for me, like this is really good for my shoulders. Yeah, but I think left side is still okay. Maybe I'm so scared to see my right side. Yeah, you can press here and here. Yeah, so here and here. Okay, let's do right side. So this right side, ooh. So you can press inside also the same way, so using your thumb, and when you press this, is exhale, and then inhale and exhale. This is also very good practice, like if you want to apply the oshite on yourself, so you can actually practice on your body how to place nicely. Yeah, if you're a Reiki practitioner, so we have the practice like you are applying Reiki, this oshite technique on other shoulders, Sometimes you are not confident enough to place somebody's shoulder, but you can also practice pressing on yourself, to know that how much you want to give more pressure, using the Reiki flowing through your thumb, and then nicely that's going into your near the elbow. You can feel it. Sometimes I found it really hard, very tight. And this side, this is really painful. So painful. So you can use the breathing, like when you place, is exhale and inhale, and it is the power, and then you place. But I could know if I try several times, then after it's much better. Actually, I don't that much painful or tight feeling, so I feel softer as well. And suddenly sleepy. So you can try as long as you feel comfortable, and then slightly pain is actually good sign, like in Chinese massage, so sometimes they say that if you have pain, actually that's the stagnation, so you have to place it until no more pain. But this kind of idea is like a no pain no gain. Sometimes it's too painful that you have to suffer. But I find myself Reiki is you don't really have to hard pressing, and you don't really have to experience all the time great pain for to suffer, and a patient to be to pass this energy flow and no more pain at the end. Reiki is more gentle. So if you really scared of pain, you can just apply nicely, like pressing with your finger, and you do combine with your breathing rhythm. So every time you place is exhale, so you imagine that Reiki nicely going into the spot, and inhale, so you release it. So very simple and very gentle as well, but I find myself Reiki is really effective and powerful as well. Okay, so now I want to try the lower tummy. So this place is called Tanden. Is lower tummy. In our Oriental medicine, we call this tanden, like producing the energy and blood. So I think the intestine here, so intestine is also very important organ for people to produce the blood. And for energy level, we also say that's really important to make the tanden more like a stable, and is always recharged. It's really the foundation of your health. So you can touch your lower tummy. So this is just by my hands, no pressing. Did you remember last time in our video? So I also share my breathing practice using Reiki. So I told you, like when you inhale, so actually you can move your tummy. Did you remember this practice? So this is also very good practice, like when you really want to make your belly slim, and then this is also very nice, like abdominal breathing. So the people say deep breathing, and actually is more focusing on the tanden. But I found if you're stagnant around the shoulder, neck, or the back is really tight, it's really difficult to access your tanden at the beginning when you practice breathing. So then in this case, maybe actually you want to try more Reiki around the barriers, the uncomfortable place, before you really access to the tanden by breathing. It's okay. So you are just slowly cleanse and clear your energy passage. And then finally, so your stagnation and the stiffness of your body, more release and less. So then I think you became more like easier to access to tanden. So this is our breathing practice and how we move our tummy, like this way. So now I'm going to move my hands like a stroke, like a slithering my hands on my body and touch the lower, this is joint of the leg. It's really helpful for your sleep issues. For example, your quality of sleep is not good, you have insomnia issue, and highly recommend to apply Reiki on the joint of the legs. It's really comfortable. And it's also true that because if we keep sitting on the chair for a long time, so nowadays maybe you really become too little chances to go out, for example, and then I think your flowing or between this place is really bad. Yeah, so you can also regain the flow by placing the hands on here. If you feel tired about your posture, so don't worry, then you can move your legs, or you can also change the position. Maybe you want to sit on the chair or sit on the sofa or lie down on the bed. So if you find it is too tiring now, so you can also lie down as well. If you still can go on, then let's do like a stroke by your hands. So you move this palm, go through your legs like this way. Yeah, I go back again. Yeah, so like this, you do this. It's really comfortable by applying Reiki to do that. It's really like help us to ground it, the energy. This is also again like if you're not moving legs too much, actually our energy is so stuck and then really difficult to bring your energy goes to the bottom. But this is really important as a human. Actually our energy want to be balanced, and balanced energy of your body is more on the bottom, so we don't need too much around the head. But if in case that your energy condition, for example, you are too much energy around the head, and then you find it you are too little energy around the feet, like not grounding enough. So actually we want to more care about the legs. The best solution is you go out for walk or you use more legs sometime. If you think that you are not using legs too much now, then try to use it more legs. But if you couldn't, then I suggest you to do more Reiki, like doing this to bring your energy to the feet. Yeah. Okay, so now we do Reiki on the knees. And another point is also a good idea if you can try hands-on to the each joints, because joints also the part that energy will be easily congested, so you can boost more energy to the joints as well. And some of you, like me also, I have injury of the knee, or you find it the knee is so weak, you find it easy to be tired, so knee is highly recommended, so you can try and do more Reiki on the knees. Okay, and the next one, so this is another acupressure point. This is like near the knees, and you can find when you touch the outside knee and the slightly lower, you find a bone here. And then below the bone, so usually this pressure, we call this soksanri in Japanese. I think Chinese is called zusanri, is the acupressure point. This is really helpful if you find your legs are so numb, or you walking too much, or you tiring legs, and I highly recommend to place. You can also place with your thumb, or you can use 2 fingers. Place. Yeah, I think you need a stronger pressure, you can use the thumb, And then you don't need too strong. You can just use the middle finger and pointing finger touch together. So how to apply oshite is the same way. So every time you press is exhale. Wow, so this is really good pressing. And then inhale, so you release your finger, and then you're going to press again by thumb and release it. So combine with your breathing, and then every time you press, exhale and then inhale. Yeah, so you just repeat. It's really comfortable by pressing like this way. Okay, so let's do another one. So this is my right side, and I'm also going to use, wow, it's use my thumb. So the tips how to try this oshite technique nicely is, so you imagine that you're going to suck your thumb 90 degrees. You are not like rubbing, like moving this point, but you're going to, once you find a spot, so you're going to press it by 90 degrees and exhale and inhale. I think this is really good practice. Like, for example, you are not confident to really try, this technique on others, so you can try with using your body, and you can really adjust your power. So some people really like the strong feeling, or you don't like too strong, so you can adjust. But more important thing is, so you are applying Reiki at the same time. So every time you press, and imagine that Reiki also boosted, is go through your thumb and to the spot. Yeah, and then you can also rub like this. Yeah, so this also applying nadete, like a rubbing, and you can also do like a massage your calf. But when you do it, you can use this two finger also going to oshite, like you're going to do it slowly and boost your Reiki to the spot. So this is really super tight for me. Like, wow, so this is like a muscle is so tight, and you can try several times. Yeah. But some people feel really painful. You don't really have to strong or hard pressure, so you can just adjust your power. Yeah, but you can imagine all the time, so you boost to this calf. Yeah, the boosting Reiki energy to the calf. And then you can do another side, left side. Another good point about practicing Reiki and then apply, the Reiki and this kind of a technique to the various part of the body is because you can apply really slowly, and you can really notice, the sometimes your body condition, like by touching your body nicely. For example, you find it your right side and left side is not the same condition. Yeah, so maybe you never notice unless you touch like this way. So sometimes you can know more about your body condition by doing this. It's really helpful as well. Okay, and then so I do this, and I'm going to touch my feet. So touching the feet, also you can try the oshite to your feet. Yeah, like a reflexology. So you are pressing. But by applying Reiki, we don't need like a too strong massaging, the technique. More like you are just, apply and then boost Reiki energy using your thumb by pressure. But this pressure also you can apply to be like a stronger or weaker. It's all up to you. Or if you don't want to press, you can also, just touch it and then just wait to boost more Reiki energy to your feet. Okay, so finally, I'm going to introduce one of the very interesting Reiki practice if you can use the symbol. So you can sit like put your legs front, and then you're going to bend, right? So I show you my bend. It's not that flexible though. It's like this much. Yeah, so this is how I bend my, my back. But now, so you can apply your symbol on your back of your knees, or it's your back, so you can apply your first symbol. Yeah, actually you can choose any part of the body you want to apply the symbol, but especially that you want to stretch more, so you can apply symbol as well. Yeah, so for me, like I'm applying the symbol on my palm, and then I place my hands under my knee, and draw symbol and chant mantra in my mind. And then also I'm going to try this on my back. And then you can try bending. So I could feel much better, I really could bend deeper, but not that painful feeling. So you can try this by practicing symbol as well. But sometimes you really amazed, that your body is much flexible than before. You can also try Reiki as well. Of course, that hardness of your body is not really created by one day, so it's really like an accumulation of your body condition. So really notice that we move our body every day, and then do some self-care every day to accumulating the good positive energy, and making the good habits as well. So this is really important. But if you don't do every day, so I really could feel my body condition somehow. So this is like accumulating your stress, is also causing your stagnation of your energy. So like cleaning your room, so your body also needed for cleaning and cleansing as well. So practicing Reiki is one of the idea for you to keep your body and mind healthy. So I hope this information helps today, and I hope this practice really helpful, and I hope you enjoy very much. So maybe you can practice like this way sometimes. So I think if you feel bored about always repeat the same practice of Reiki, but you can also find another way, and then you find it more interesting about your body. It's also it's important to get to know more about yourself and body. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed today, and then see you next time in the video. So please subscribe our channel, and see you next time. Okay, so good night from Hong Kong.